This is a Fox News Alert. Our top story tonight. The Republicans on the House Intel Committee have wrapped up the investigative phase of their Russian probe. And tonight they released their conclusion. None, zero, zip, no collusion between the Trump campaign and Russia. Joining us now, Fox News contributor Sarah Carter, Fox News legal analyst Greg Jarrett. Let's start with you on the number one. We have known it, but the media kept pushing it. You notice when Schiff, the last two times he's interviewed, the evidence is already out there. No, it's not been out there. They've never, Dianne Feinstein, Joe Manchin, even Maxine Waters said there's smoke, no fire.
Right.
And
there was never any evidence of collusion. It was always a hoax. And the FBI knew this. But nevertheless, they tried to be really clever. They launched a counterintelligence probe, which gave them more latitude, and they used that as a pretext to investigate Donald Trump as a criminal and his associates. And all of these accusations by the media and by Democrats, with their hair on fire, amounted to nothing. Carter Page giving a speech in Moscow, the Trump Tower meeting with a Russian lawyer, bar talk with Papadopoulos.
Yeah, bar talk, four-way hearsay. Four-way.
All of these things are not crimes. Collusion in a political campaign is not criminal. It's not a crime to talk to a Russian. These are all normal interactions that occur if you're a U.S. Senator, Jeff Sessions, or you have contacts with foreign governments during political campaigns. It was never collusion criminal.
I want to ask you in a minute about Rod Rosenstein.
Sure.
Because his message tonight really ticks me off. But let me go to Sarah Carter. This other aspect of what we're learning from the House Intel Committee, that former Director of National Intelligence James Clapper leaks to CNN, and then he feigns outrage about leaks to Donald Trump in the news media when he's the leaker.
Well, it appears that there was some sort of collusion, not with Russia, but with people in the Obama administration and the media. And part of that was discovered during this 14-month-long investigation, Sean. I mean, they say there is overwhelming evidence to support the fact that Clapper did speak with CNN prior to Jake Tapper publishing the story with Jim Sciutto on CNN and actually going on air with it. You know, so this is what's interesting. I mean, it was about the briefing that was given by senior-level Obama administration officials, including Clapper. It included John Brennan and others like Mike Rogers and James Comey about the dossier. And as soon as that became public in CNN, the rest of the media, which had ignored the dossier since the summer of 2016 because they were too afraid to publish it because it was salacious, all of a sudden jumped on board and said, oh, wow, there must be something here, because CNN just reported about the briefing that was conducted with then-President-elect Trump and Obama and ran with it. So it was a snowball effect, and it actually propagated the disinformation that the Russians had fed to steal in this dossier about President Trump.
Unbelievable. Let me go to you, Greg Jarrett. And this is Rod Rosenstein.
Right.
He, in my opinion, his relationships with Mueller and Comey and McCabe and others must now be brought out into the daylight. But Rosenstein comes out tonight. The special counsel is not an unguided missile. I don't believe there's any justification at this point for terminating the special counsel. Why? Because now they can set perjury traps. Now that there's no Russia-Trump collusion. Now that they're going to say, well, let's move to the finances of, Jared Kushner. Like, where was that in the original mandate or investigation? Investigative creep is the biggest problem with these special counsels.
It was, and Rosenstein wrote it in his appointment assignment to Robert Mueller. And he also violated the special counsel law when he selected Robert Mueller. You have to have, if you read the law very carefully, you have to have evidence of a crime. There was never any evidence of a crime. And yet he appointed a special counsel to investigate in search of a crime. That's backwards.
Because of his buddy, James Comey, who you think is the most foolish man on earth to be going on a book tour.
Oh, absolutely.
I agree with you.
If he's asked tough questions and he answers them honestly, he could end up being prosecuted.
I think we already have enough information on him and violations of law. You agree with that?
Oh, I absolutely agree with it. I think he obstructed justice in the Hillary Clinton case, and then he stole government documents and leaked them to the media.
Unbelievable.
That's a crime.
This is the biggest abuse of power, and the entire media in this country and every one of those lying Adam Schiff Democrats, they've been lying. Now, I want to go back to this report tonight, Sarah Carter, if I may, read from this. You know, okay, no evidence of collusion, coordination, conspiracy between the Trump campaign and the Russians. How anti-Trump research, i.e. dossier, made its way from Russian sources to the Clinton campaign, and problematic contacts, which we were just talking about, leaks with the intelligence community and the media. Okay, the biggest problem that they discovered as far as Russia was Clinton's dossier that she paid for, that then was used as the bulk of evidence for the FISA warrant against the Trump campaign in the lead up to the election.
That's absolutely true, Sean, and I think that's a crucial point that they make in this one-page draft, is the fact that the information from Russia made its way to the Clinton campaign, made its way into this dossier, and did exactly what Vladimir Putin had hoped it would do. When you think of a disinformation campaign, it went wild. It spread across the news media. Everybody was propagating what the Russians had wanted, was to sow chaos and discord. So, in effect, it was the Clinton campaign unwittingly, possibly, spreading these lies and this disinformation.
How could it be unwitting? Wait a minute. I'm not going to allow, from my perspective, the FBI never verified it. By law, if they're going to present to a FISA court, they must verify. By their own procedures, they're supposed to, and protocol, they're supposed to verify it. No, but Fusion GPS never verified it. The FBI never verified it.
You're absolutely right, and they did spread that, and that was wittingly inside the United States. What I'm saying is that the information that Steele was collecting, no one did their due diligence here, particularly the FBI, and I want to go back to a statement you made with Greg about Comey. I was speaking to former senior FBI officials today, and one of the things that they stated over and over again, if Comey isn't investigated, then there's a problem here, because this should be a balance of justice, and he leaked information. He leaked his classified memos. Nobody knows when he actually took those memos from the FBI, and he leaked them, and they went into the media. So there's another leaker. It wasn't just Clapper, it was Comey as well.
And I
think there was unwitting and witting use of that dossier.
And he said under oath, by the way, that he had never leaked anything to the media. And then, of course, we learned later by his own admission, he leaked to the media.
But there's so much more. They were very clear. I talked to my sources. I know Sarah talked to her sources. We've got to be clear here. This doesn't include unmasking. This doesn't include the dossier. This doesn't include the corrupt Uranium One deal. This is This is a small sliver. And what I am trying to understand is how we got to a point in this country where lies can literally run this rampant and be this corrupt at the highest level in the FBI, the intel community, and our government. And the Democrats, they spread these lies.
Because the Obama administration, for 8 years, was enabling this and protecting people. I'll give you one example. James Clapper, he's a known liar. He lied to Congress, and then he got caught.
What
should
if
have been
I lied
held
to
in
Congress?
contempt. He should have been charged with perjury, but the Obama administration protected him, and now we learned today through Sarah that he appears to be the leaker to see.
Here's the big question for America tonight. Now that we know everything, it's all coming to fruition. Will we in this country follow the rule of law, or will we have a dual justice system?
This is why you need a second special counsel.
I got to break real quick, sorry, I got to break.
Okay.
Get the last word. Go ahead.
Oh, Sean, we would have never known about this had President Trump not been elected. Think about that.
That's the great irony. Really. Thank you both. You both have been amazing. And I know we've all taken heat for this, and we've all been right from the get-go. And there's so much more to come.